Welcome to Be Me with Shari Ware, the podcast where each day is a step towards a better you and where we focus on progress, not perfection. Join me as we embark on a journey of self-improvement and wellness, focusing on being just a little better than we were yesterday. Hello. Welcome to episode 39 of the BMEP podcast. I'm Shari Ware, I'm your host, and this is the final installment in the Self-Care for Busy People series, several simple decluttering hacks for a calmer mind and healthier space. Tidying is the act of confronting yourself, Marie Kondo said. If you don't know who Marie Kondo is, she is very famous in the decluttering world, and she, I know her for, or the thing that comes to mind the most is her practice of asking if something sparks joy. So that's definitely something that I pertain to. I'm definitely into feng shui a lot, and it's one of the biggest things about feng shui and energy, because it's all to do with energy, is about having a tidy, clutter-free environment. So I really liked this quote when I found it: tidying is the act of confronting yourself, because it actually it actually can be. And I've had quite a few conversations with my feng shui consultant, because I'm still learning. So I have somebody who helps me with that. And some of the conversations that we have around simple everyday things that we just don't think about, and the meaning that can be behind that maybe we're not aware of, and then the energy that comes with that is very eye-opening, very enlightening. However, sometimes, especially if we have a lot of clutter around us, it can feel very difficult and like it's going to be a big job to declutter. So I want to help you out with that. We want to declutter in minutes. We want it to be quick and easy. And in this episode, we're going to cover off on why is it important, why should we do this stuff, some quick and simple decluttering hacks, and how to maintain a clutter-free space. So first of all, why? I'm always wanting to know why, because when I know why, it makes it easier for me to implement things. It affects our well-being. It's not just a visual distraction. It can actually impact us both mentally and physically. Research actually shows that a cluttered environment can increase stress and anxiety, and even lead to poor sleep. Luckily, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't matter how much clutter you have. It doesn't have to be overwhelming to actually tackle it. Again, we want to be focusing on some small, manageable steps, and it's absolutely possible to create a space that is calming and gives us clarity in just a few minutes every day. So here's how to start. Let's get started. So we want to clear one small space at a time. Just pick one area. It can be a desk drawer. It can be just one shelf. It can be a part of the kitchen bench. It doesn't even have to be the whole kitchen bench. I know that my kitchen bench, I don't currently have a kitchen bench because I'm traveling, but my kitchen bench at home just seemed to collect things. If we didn't know where to put something, it just got put on the kitchen bench, and I would be quite often looking at it and going, okay, that's it, I've just got to declutter this, I've got to get rid of some stuff off here. And I would just spend 5 minutes doing that. And the more often I did that, the less cluttered it would get. So just pick a small space, just 5 minutes, spend 5 minutes decluttering it. And even if you haven't finished it, that's okay. You can come back to it and do another 5 minutes later. But by focusing on small sections, it's easy to stay motivated. You don't feel overwhelmed because, you just have to do 5 minutes. It's all you have to do. And then every time you actually do clear a space, it makes you feel so good. It gives you a boost, and you feel accomplished. Use the one in, one out rule. So for every new item that you bring into your space, remove one and get rid of one. And this will help you to maintain order. It will help you to prevent clutter from building up. And it's a simple ongoing habit. And it will support your long-term organisation. And it also reduces decision fatigue. We only have so many decisions that we physically can only make so many decisions a day. So the less decisions you have to make, the better. You want to digitally declutter as well as physically declutter. So again, use the 5-minute rule. Just take 5 minutes, get rid of unnecessary things in your photo album on your phone. Organise your desk, delete unnecessary, your desktop, I should say. Delete files that you don't need anymore. Clean out your email box. That's a big one for me. I have a lot of emails, and if I ever thought, oh my gosh, I've got to get rid of all of these in a short amount of time, I would just never do anything. But every now and then I just take 5 minutes and just delete some, and that's less than I had before. So you can also declutter with the 5-minute toss. Now you will see that I have been using a lot of 5-minute things. And the 5-minute toss is literally you're setting a timer for 5 minutes. You find as many items as you can in your surrounding area to either get rid of or to donate. Think about things that you haven't used in the last year, things that no longer bring you joy. Remember I said Marie Kondo, what comes to mind mostly for her is, does it spark joy in your life? But by doing the 5-minute toss and just spending 5 minutes to go through your surroundings, your close surroundings, and getting rid of things or donating things that you haven't used in the last year, will help you to lighten your space and help you revitalize your mental brain, your clarity. Practice gratitude for what you keep. So as you declutter, you're actually making a decision to keep some things, and you're keeping those things for a reason. So take a moment to actually appreciate those things that you're choosing to keep and why. And by doing that, you're actually going to turn your decluttering practice into a more mindful practice, which is going to help you reduce your stress and create positive emotional connections with your space. Prioritizing your sleep spaces. Clutter in your sleeping areas can actually impact your ability to relax and get a good quality sleep. So if you're going to start on one area, I would definitely start in your bedroom if that's something that you need to declutter. Making sure that your bedroom is always tidy each night before you go to bed will create a calm environment that promotes rest and rejuvenation. So make decluttering a daily habit. Again, with any of these things, and this is how you maintain a clutter-free space. Consistency is key. If you just take a few minutes each day, you could do it several times a day to have a look around your environment and get rid of anything that you don't need, or put things away, then it's definitely going to help you to reduce your stress, improve your focus, and it just makes everything feel better. Nightly resets, making sure that you create habits like nightly resets, as I was talking about, making sure that your bedroom's always clean and clutter-free every night before you go to bed. So focusing on those high impact areas like your bedroom. All of these things can help you to maintain a clutter-free space. Now, for this episode, there is also a corresponding BME Bites edition, BME Bites 37, Self-Care for Busy People Part 6, 7 quick tips to declutter in minutes for a calmer mind and better health. In that written edition, Quite often there'll be things that I haven't put into the podcast, and there's definitely always resources that I put in the written edition that I don't put in the podcast. So I'll direct you to that for all the resources that I spoke about, or any resources that I spoke about. And if you become a subscriber to Be Me Bites, you get a free online copy of any one of my books. And when you subscribe, you get an email that tells you how to claim that. So that's it for this episode. I hope that helps you get started on that decluttering. Just a couple of minutes. It doesn't even have to be 5 minutes. Even if you just move one thing that makes you, put it away or put it in a donation box to be donated, throw it away if it needs to be thrown away. That will make you feel really good that you've made a start, you've got rid of one thing, and that'll give you momentum to keep going. So until the next episode, keep taking one step at a time, and I'll see you then. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Remember to check out the show notes, and if you have any comments, feedback or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. If you've received value from this podcast, make sure to subscribe, and I'd love you to rate and review the show. Have a fabulous day.